Welcome to NYU.
Welcome to NYU.
안녕하세요. NYU로 오신 걸 환영합니다.
Benvenuti al
NYU.
Welcome to New York City.
Welcome students from Texas.
Welcome Long Island.
Welcome students who spent their first year at a global site.
Welcome Singapore, India,
Florida,
California,
Pakistan, Germany.
Africa, Australia.
Welcome Canada.
Welcome Jersey, China, Bronx.
Welcome artists, poets, writers.
historians, philosophers.
mathematicians and engineers.
Welcome volunteers.
Welcome leaders and adventurers.
Welcome to the family.
You're now part of the NYU family.
Joining an outstanding student body.
A community of distinguished faculty and scholars.
And over 360,000 alumni in all 50 states and over 180 countries.
As a part of the NYU family, you are now joining a rich and meaningful history dating back to 1831.
1831?
All right, that's before electricity, the light bulb, telegraph, telephone, and the Pony Express.
In 1831, there were 24 states. Lincoln was about our age, and the American Revolution was about as recent as the war in Vietnam.
In 1831, downtown was uptown and midtown was farmland. Could you imagine a bunch of cows in Times Square?
When NYU began, tuition was $80, and there were only 3 people in the graduating class.
And you had to go to chapel, like every morning.
Right around this time, economic prosperity was hitting New York City. By the time the Erie Canal was finished, a new class had emerged consisting of mechanics and merchants.
They were not a part of the elite, but they were looking for a practical education.
So in 1831, NYU was founded by Albert Gallatin, who was the former Secretary of Treasury for Thomas Jefferson and James Madison.
Gallatin envisioned a profound change in education, one that would be available for all and fitting for all.
NYU put into practice this new idea of Jacksonian democracy, which was being embraced by the nation.
The idea was you can't have democracy without educated citizens.
Now that we know how NYU started, let's take a brief look at our history from then until now.
When we were first founded, we were called the University of the City of New York. In 1896, we changed that name to New York University to sound more modern. The university was originally housed in Clinton Hall, owned by the Mercantile Library Association.
One of our first presidents came along and moved our university all the way uptown to Washington Square Park. Now, this neighborhood hosted the emerging class of mechanics and merchants. Think scientists, businessmen, engineers, not auto mechanics, because clearly there were no autos then.
This new emerging class welcomed the university to add sophistication to their new neighborhood.
On Washington Square East, we built University Hall, which housed some pretty distinguished faculty from the beginning.
This included John Draper, who took the first photograph of the human face, his son Henry Draper, who was on the team that took the first celestial photograph, Daniel Webster Herring, who took the world's first X-ray, and Samuel F.B. Morse, who's the father of the telegraph and Morse code.
University Hall also played host to numerous authors, most notably Edgar Allan Poe, who frequented the university for poetry readings.
In the early years, NYU established a lot of great traditions, like our school motto, Per Stare and
Praise Star. Is it et?
Etere?
Percy.
I speak Spanish.
There's no requirement for Latin, so.
Per stare et praestare.
Which means to persevere and to excel. Which, believe me, that'll come in handy when you're writing the essay.
This is our prize university torch, as featured in our logo. It was given to us as a gift from Helen Gould in 1911, and it was designed by Tiffany & Company. It is now used in academic processions and commencement, where it is handed down from a senior faculty member to the youngest member of the graduating class.
Now the violet, which is the origin of the university color, has a more obscure history.
Theory 1.
There used to be a bunch of violets in Washington Square Park.
Theory 2.
It's symbolic of Athens, center of learning in the ancient world.
Theory 3.
As the name of our athletic teams, it intimidates our opponents.
Now that we fast forward into the late 19th century, NYU continues to embrace the mission of Gallatin and our other founders, becoming one of America's first universities to accept women and minority students. Many students who were turned away from other prestigious schools based solely on their race or gender were welcome and found a home here at NYU.
Your first year of college is always tough, but count yourself lucky. NYU freshmen in the early 1900s had to go about their classes wearing this. As the 20th century emerged, New York City grew into a modern metropolis with over 4.5 million people. Immigrants continue to come into Manhattan every day in search of opportunity, and the bond between NYU and the city of New York, envisioned by its founders, grows stronger than ever.
In In 1931, at our centennial, Franklin Delano Roosevelt echoed the same theme 100 years after our founding. What impresses me most is that New York University is a positive and actual influence upon the lives of such a huge body of students.
It has been and is a tremendous factor in educating not just the rich and leisure class,
but young people in practically every walk of life.
In this, it fits with the true ideal of education in a democracy.
Starting in 1940, as many veterans returned from World War II, NYU expanded greatly due to the GI Bill. A little more than a century after its founding, NYU had over 40,000 students and about 2,000 faculty members.
In 1972, NYU had another major achievement. After a mere 141 years, we got our first library, Bobst. Previous to this time, we had a makeshift library on one floor of what is now the Silver Center.
In 1983, the library's card catalog went online, the first of all New York City libraries.
Not only did the Bobst Library catalog eventually eliminate the card catalog, it provided us our long sought-after mascot, the Bobcat, which comes from Bobst Catalog.
Today, NYU is a university in and of the city and in and of the world.
Every year, over 4,000 students participate in community service activities.
We've also become a global network university. Our university has truly become international with over 30 study abroad sites in 4 continents and a branch campus in Abu Dhabi. Woo! All right, there it is. 175 years plus history in only a few minutes. Now, I hope you all were taking notes because I'm pretty sure they're going to be passing around the quiz a little later. But seriously, NYU is a remarkable place and you are part of it now. Welcome to your new family, and we know that the next 4 years are going to be some of the best of your life. Together, we all make NYU.
We all make NYU.
Together, we all make NYU.
We all make NYU.
Together, we all make NYU.
Together, we all make NYU.